who just survived their worst year. If someone shared this with you because they witnessed your surviving, let the declaration of still here reach you. And if this turns your surviving into testimony, share it with someone else who just made it through. Subscribe and stay. There is more of God's survivor declaring presence here. Now let God speak into the surviving. You are still here after the year that tried to be your ending. Still here, and that is not an accident. God does not accidentally leave people still standing on the other side of their worst year. He deliberately kept you through every month of the worst year, through every devastating loss, through every moment when you were not sure you would still be standing. He kept you because He was not done with your story, and the story God is not done with cannot be ended by a hard year. I shall not die but live and declare the works of the Lord. That is you. On the other side of the worst year, not just surviving, declaring the declaration of the one who made it through. You are still here for a reason. Declare, I will extol you, Lord, for you have lifted me. You brought me up from the depths of the worst year. I cried to you and you kept me through the darkness and breathed into my soul the reason to be here. You turned my mourning into dancing forward. You took the sackcloth of the worst year off at last, so that my heart would sing and not stay silent under the shadow of the year that tried to last. He lifted you through the worst year of the living. He kept you when the years tried to be your last. And the one who stands on the other side of the worst year is the one God kept for a purpose unsurpassed. You are still here after the worst year of your living. God was not done with His story when it tried to end. I shall not die but live and declare the works of the Lord. The survived year is the testimony you will sing. The year that tried to be your ending was not the ending it appeared. You are still here after the worst year of your living, and still here means your story is not finished here. I waited patiently upon the Lord in the worst year, and He turned to me and heard my desperate cry. He lifted me up from the pit of all the losing and set my feet on ground both firm and high. He set my steps upon a rock and steady, and put a new song in my mouth to begin. A testimony that the survived world would witness. I am still here, and the story is not thin. He lifted you through the worst year of the living. He kept you when the year tried to be your last. And the one who stands on the other side of the worst year is the one God kept for a purpose unsurpassed. You are still here after the worst year of your living. God was not done with your story when it tried to end. I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. The survived year is the testimony you will send. The year that tried to be your ending was not the ending it appeared. You are still here after the worst year of your living. And still here means your story is not finished here. Bless the Lord, oh my survived soul this season, and forget not all His benefits of grace. He forgives all the iniquity within me. He healed what the worst year put in its place. He redeemed my life from every pit of the worst year. He crowned me when the year tried to break me down. And as this survivor looks back across the calendar, His faithfulness is the testimony's crown. You are still here. Let that land. The year that tried to be your ending was not your ending, because God was not done. And when God is not done, the story does not end. No matter what the year tried, the year does not have final authority over the story. God does. And God said, not yet. There is more. You are still here. For the testimony, for the people who need to hear how you survived, for the season ahead, for the purpose God placed in you before the worst year ever arrived. You are still here, not as the consolation prize for surviving, as the gift of still being here, with still more story to be written. I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. That is you. Declare. Come and see what God has done through the surviving, His awesome deeds toward this one who is still here. He brought them through the fire and the water, and led them to a place of abundance clear. Bless our God, O people, let the sound be heard, who has kept their soul among the living still. The worst year tested, but God did not abandon, and they came through to the other side of hill. You are still here after the worst year of your living. God was not done with your story when it tried to end. I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. The survived year is the testimony you will send. The year that tried to be your ending was not the ending it appeared. You are still here after the worst year of your living, and still here means your story is not finished here. Still here, still here. God was not done. God was not done. I shall not die. I shall not die. But live and declare the worst year, the worst year. The worst year was not the ending, was not the ending. You are still here. You are still here. You are still here for a reason. For a reason. Still here. Still here. Still here. Declare. I shall not die but live and declare the works of the Lord. That is you. On the other side of the worst year, still here for a reason. The reason is the story God is still writing through you. The testimony, the purpose, the next chapter that the worst year could not stop. You are still here, not by accident, by the deliberate keeping of God, who said, "Not yet, there is more." Declare, the Lord has done great things through this surviving person, through this worst year that did not win. Declare, you are still here for a reason. I will extol you, Lord, for you have lifted me. You brought me up from the depths of the worst year. I cried to you, and you answered every crying, and kept me when the worst year was drawing near. You turned my mourning into dancing forward. You took the sackcloth of the hard year off at last, And as this survivor looks back across the worst year, your faithfulness is what was unsurpassed. He turned the morning of the worst year into dancing, not the dancing of forgetting, but the real. For the one who survived the worst year of their living found the God who turned their mourning into zeal. You are still here after the worst year of your living. God was not done with your story when it tried to end. I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. The survived year is the testimony you will send. The year that tried to be your ending was not the ending. It appeared you are still here after the worst year of your living. And still here means your story is not finished here. Weeping may stay for the night, even the longest worst year night, but joy comes in the morning. The morning after the worst year is a morning that came. Despite everything the year tried, the morning came. Joy comes in the morning. Your morning has come. You are still here in the morning. I waited patiently upon the Lord in the worst year, and He turned to me and heard my worst year cry. He lifted me up from the pit of all the losing and set my feet on ground that was firm and high. He set my steps upon a rock and steady, and established all my forward steps to go. He put a new song in my mouth for singing, a testimony that the survived world would know. He lifted the one from the pit of the worst year. He did not let them stay inside the loss. He reached in and pulled them to the firm and steady, and placed their feet on ground beyond the toss. You are still here after the worst year of your living. God was not done with your story when it tried to end. I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. The survived year is the testimony you will send. The year that tried to be your ending was not the ending it appeared. You are still here after the worst year of your living. And still here means your story is not finished here. He put a new song in my mouth after the worst year. A new song, not the same song. A new one that only the survived can sing. because only the one who came through the pit fully understands the wonder of standing on the rock. Your new song is being written. It started when you survived. Sing it. When the Lord restored the fortunes from the worst year, we were like those who were dreaming it was done. Our mouths were filled with laughter and with singing, and those around us said the Lord has fully won. He has done great things for us in the surviving, and we are filled with gladness through the pain. And as the survivor looks back across the worst year, his faithfulness was the constant in the rain. Those who sowed in tears through the worst year living have come back now carrying the testimony home. And the one who survived the worst year of their living now declares what God has done and is not alone. You are still here after the worst year of your living. God was not done with your story when it tried to end. I shall not die but live and declare the works of the Lord. The survived year is the testimony. You will say the year that tried to be your ending was not the ending it appeared. You are still here after the worst year of your living, and still here means your story is not finished here. We were like those who were dreaming. The restoration was so good, so complete, so beyond what seemed possible, that it felt like a dream. The survivor on the other side of the worst year, looking back, cannot believe they made it. It feels like a dream, that they are still here. It is not a dream. It is God's faithfulness, and it is real. You made it. I sought the Lord through all the worst year living, and He heard my cry and answered from above. Those who look to Him find something in the darkness, even in the worst year of the love. He is near to those whose hearts are broken open by the year that broke the things they held most dear. And the person who cried to God through the worst year finds the God who kept them and stayed near. He delivered them from all the worst year troubles. He heard the cry at the worst year door. And the one who brings their worst year to God's testimony finds the God who delivered and was more. You are still here after the worst year you're living. God was not done with your story when it tried to end. I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. The survived year is the testimony you will send. The year that tried to be your ending was not the ending it appeared. You are still here after the worst year of your living. And still here means your story is not finished here. Taste and see that the Lord is good. The worst year was also the year of tasting. The tasting of God's sustaining in the darkest places. The tasting of His presence when everything else left. The tasting of His faithfulness when nothing else was certain. Taste and see, He was good. Even in the worst year, He was good. Taste and see, and then tell someone. Come and see what God has done through the surviving. His awesome deeds toward the one who is still here. He brought them through the fire and the water and led them to a place of abundance clear. Bless our God, O people, let the sound be heard, who has kept their soul among the living still. The worst year tested as silver is tested, and they came through to the other side of hill. Come and see what God has done through the surviving. He brought them out to a place of abundance now, and the testimony of the worst year survivor is the proof that God is faithful and His vow. You are still here after the worst year of your living. God was not done with your story is not finished here. He brought us out to a place of abundance, through fire, through water, through the worst year. He brought out to abundance, not just survived, brought out to abundance. The worst year produced something. Come and see what God did through the fire and water, through the worst year. He brought out to abundance. Bless the Lord, oh my survived soul this season, and forget not all His benefits of grace. He forgave all the iniquity within me. He healed every wound that the worst year put in place. He redeemed my life from every pit of the worst year. He crowned me with His loving kindness true. He satisfied my soul with all good things this season, and renewed my youth when He saw me through. Forget not all His benefits through the worst year. Review every mercy given month by month, and the soul that reviews the year with honest gratitude finds the faithful God in every worst year month. You are still here after the worst year of your living. God was not done with your story when it tried to end. I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. The survived year is the testimony. You will say the year that tried to be your ending was not the ending it appeared. You are still here after the worst year of your living, and still here means your story is not finished here. Forget not all His benefits. Review the worst year with honest eyes and see the specific mercies in the specific months. The provision in the month you thought was over, the person who showed up, the moment that changed, the way He sustained through every month. Forget not His benefits, even in the worst year. Benefits. I shall not die, but I shall live to speak and declare the works of God today. Though the Lord disciplined me worst year, He has not given it to death's decay. This is the day that the Lord Himself has made now, and I will rejoice and be glad in every way. For the one who survived the worst year of their living has found the one who makes every new day. I shall not die, but live and declare always the works of the Lord through the worst year test. And the survivor who declares the Lord's own faithfulness gives others the courage to keep pressing to the best. You are still here after the worst year of your living. God was not done with your story when it tried to end. I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. The survived year is the testimony you will send. The year that tried to be your ending was not the ending it appeared. You are still here after the worst year of your living. And still here means your story is not finished here. I shall not die but live and declare the works of the Lord. That is your declaration on the other side of the worst year. I shall not die but live and declare the works of the Lord. Say it out loud. I shall not die, but live and declare what God did in the worst year. That is your testimony. That is the reason you are still here to declare. To declare. I declare I survived the worst year of my living. I declare God was not done with my story then. I declare I shall not die, but live and declare always. And the testimony of my surviving will not end. May every person who just survived their worst year find the God who declares them still here for a reason. May every survivor raise their voice in testimony, and let their worst year become the testament of the season. Still here, God was not done with the story. Not died, but live and declare the works. The worst year was not the final chapter, and God declares the purpose in the surviving perks. You are still here after the worst year of your living. God was not done with your story when it tried to end. I shall not die but live and declare the works of the Lord. The survived year is the testimony you He's not finished here. Still here, still here, still here. God was not done. God was not done. I shall not die. I shall not die. I shall not die. But live and declare. But live and declare. But live and declare. The worst year. The worst year. The worst year was not the ending. Was not the ending. You are still here. You are still here. You are still here. For a reason. For a reason. Still here. Still here. Still here. Declare. 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 Forever. 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 You are still here. After the worst year. Still here. Not by accident. By the deliberate keeping of God, who said, "Not yet. There is more. I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord," that is you. Declare. The worst year did not get the final word. God did. And God's word is still here for a reason. With more story ahead, with testimony to give, with purpose still intact. You are still here, and still here. Here's the gift, the greatest gift. Declare.